What's up, O fans? It's Sam here with Olight Canada. As the sun sets in the background, let's have a little discussion about which Olights are perfect for vehicle EDC. Now, a lot of people ask, which Olight should I carry in my pocket? That's easy, the Arcfeld Ultra. People say, what flashlight should I carry in my backpack? Well, then there's more of a discussion to be had there about what your needs are. But that same discussion can be had about what flashlights you should keep in your car. So let's break that down. Now, of course, every car is going to have at least one dome light, but it's all the way back there, and I think it leaves something to be desired. So the first suggestion I'd like to make when talking about EDC items in the car is the Olight Sphere. Now, it comes with one of these little medallions. You can stick that anywhere in your interior, throw the sphere up on the medallion, press and hold to go all the way bright. That's pretty darn bright, and it goes all the way dim as well. Having those brightness settings is pretty handy. But also, you've got red flashing light if you need to use that at the rear of the car, and you've got a lot of really colorful modes that certainly elevates the atmosphere if you're at the drive-in or just out for a cruise. Now, if the sphere is a little bit too much fun and you want something a little more serious, you can swap this out for the O-clip. Now, the O-clip available in a variety of colors. Again, really bright. You can pair it up with the medallion or stick it any other exposed metal in your interior. I've also had good luck attaching it to these visor panels. And another really cool thing is on this one, you have red light as well. Kind of nice to have red light in the cabin for a variety of reasons. You know, night vision in general, it's just a little bit easier on the eyes. There's one more honorable mention for lighting inside the cab. Something really quick that you can grab if your cell phone falls down in the wheel well. I recommend the iMini 2, which you can actually just grab right off of this magnetic holster. Just pop it right out, and you can use it to find whatever it is you might be looking for inside the cab. Even with the dome light on, it's still a lot of added brightness, good for searching in those nooks and crannies. And then you just throw it back on here, it turns itself off, and it's always where you left it, because it needs to go back there to turn itself off. I have it off to the left. You can have it mounted in the fuzzy dice position if you prefer. Those are some of our options for vehicle lighting. Now let's talk a little bit about full-size models and their place inside the car. So having a look at the center console area with just the dome light, you can see it definitely leaves a lot to be desired. Here's the lowest mode on the sphere, and here's it cranked up to a nice reasonable output. So we'll throw that up where we mounted it earlier, and we'll show you it looks a lot brighter in here. Definitely a cool little addition. But now when it comes to the full-size models, stuff that you might want to use inside and outside your vehicle, there's two things that you should really consider. One is the brand new Prowess, available here in orange. Comes with this cool little holster, and the holster comes with a mounting bracket. Now I have this mounted up on my little Molly grill here, and you can see it clips in there really nicely. Now, this little Prowess comes with a charging dock. I have it nicely mounted right here between the shifter and the low range box. This little mounting solution right here, it's actually pretty cool. Now, before you stick it down using the supplied adhesives, be sure that you find a really safe spot. You want it to be able to not interfere with your cup holder or with your shifter, low range box. I think this is where I'm going to stick it down. But when you go to stick yours down, be sure to use the right side of the adhesive, the red side down, and be sure to leave it there for as many hours as you can before you start messing with it, because that's how the adhesive works. You got to find a place, stick it down, and leave it there. Don't use it until it's good and cured. Now, hopping back inside the car, let's give you a little look at what the Prowess looks like while it's on the mounting bracket there. That's the lowest brightness, but you can ramp up from there, and you can pretty much see everything in your wheel well, my camera equipment and my swivel there. Now, another cool thing, you just pop it out of there and throw it down on the charger right here. I think that's a decent place for it. You see the USB-C lines up pretty good. It's out of the way of the low range box and out of the way of the shifter, and I can put my cups in there, no problem. It's important to note that it doesn't go to full brightness when it's in the charger, but you can still see pretty good and kind of low profile. You can't see my face as much as with a dome light. So that's another advantage right there. Now, another really cool thing is this mounting bracket and this little charging dock can be used interchangeably with the Seeker 4 Pro. Now, throw this out of here and throw it in the little charging dock, and that works seamlessly as well. Another really cool thing to consider is I've kept my Seeker 4 Pro right here for the long haul, and you can actually plug this one in to charge directly, just like that. But I've had really good luck. It looks a little strange, but you can actually throw this on kind of upside down, and it's actually really secure there as well. You can use it in the cabin if you need to. It looks a little odd, but it works great. Now, another key capability that you might want to have in a vehicle EDC is the ability to change a tire or to air up or air down, as the case might be. The Sphere has a little bit of that going on. You can kind of see what you're working with. Of course, there's really no substitute for an actual dedicated work light. The Swivel's really good at this, because you can just slap it on there and adjust. You can see what you need to see. But when it comes to a handheld model that has similar capability, you got to look at the prowess, because not only do you have your flashlight, but you also got your lantern light. So we'll press and hold, we'll go to max brightness, and then with that double ring magnet, fits on the bodywork pretty good. And you can also see what you're doing here. So it's nice to have options. That's why the prowess is so cool. Another practical use for Olights in the car EDC role is for roadside visibility. If you had to change a tire or come across any other roadside issues, it's nice to have a flashing red light to stay visible to oncoming traffic. So on the left is the Sphere with its red flashing setting. Here I'm going to magnet the O-clip to the bodywork of the car with its slightly slower but still nice and visible red light. Now I'm bringing in the Swivel Pro, which is a great tool to have in your car. You can either use it to change your tire or deal with whatever you got to deal with, or you can slap it on the back of the car and use it as a really bright red flashing safety light. You can see, based on the reflections on the ground, that the Swivel Pro is definitely a lot brighter than the other two that you might happen to have in your car with you. The other key advantage to the Swivel Pro is it's definitely strong enough to stay magneted to the bodywork, but you can also walk it out a little bit and set it up kind of like a warning triangle. It's really well suited for that as well. And lastly, one of the major capabilities that you might want to have in a vehicle EDC is the ability to check the oil or boost the battery, or, well, I'm not too handy, so that's about the extent of it. But you can see here the Sphere casts a pretty nice light. If you wanted the O-clip, especially in orange, that's what that looks like. Now, the prowess has definitely a strong enough magnet to position itself here, but the lantern light points up at the hood. It still casts a pretty wide, albeit quite yellow, light over the whole thing, but of course you can flick down and have the light pointing basically wherever you need it to. That magnet is definitely strong enough to set up however you need it. Again, there's really no substitute for having a swivel. That would be, if you anticipate working under the hood, you probably want to have a swivel around. But in the odd chance that you need to get under your hood while you just have your vehicle EDC, the prowess can take care of that as well. But that's my conclusion. I think the prowess, the Seeker 4 Pro, the Sphere, the O-clip, the Swivel, great lights to have in your car, and a few of them are even on sale now during the October flash sale. So click the link to go to olightstore.ca, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribed to Olight Canada on YouTube. Thanks for watching.